Hey, so good morning. Let me just see again that everything is working here. It looks like this, but with Facebook you never know. So let's see. Yes, I can see me there. And there is, yeah, okay. So let's see. There's nobody in there. Oh, there's first people coming in. Good morning, good morning. Lovely. Okay, let me just know from where you are joining so that I can see that there is a little bit of communication, and I'm here not the. I don't feel like an entertainer. I don't like to be that. I love to communicate with you. Tommy, good morning. Lovely to see you here this morning. So let's see. I can see there are a couple of more. Wow, there are definitely more coming in. I hope you had an amazing weekend. Some of the mothers, I'm sure, got spoiled. So my stepkids definitely contacted me and wished me a happy Mother's Day. So that was, yes, thoughtful from them. I definitely appreciated it. So, okay, let me see. Is there somebody else? No, but there are definitely lots of people in there. Okay, so let's just start. Maybe let me just introduce myself short and crisp. My name is Dagmar Breiling-Murray. I'm here, the CEO at Funding Connection. And what do? We assist entrepreneurs raising capital. We do that through lots of advisory. First of all, we need to understand that you can raise capital. Okay, you fit in any of the available funds, and we always have a look at, preferably, of course, the government funds, because they offer some grants, in other case preferential loans. But we also, of course, have a look at commercial banks, other funds, and in some cases even international funds. If we can see, okay, we are able to assist, then what we do, the next step is definitely to draft a business plan, do the financial forecast, and then the last step, we then can also assist with the full application process. And on one side, it is lots of legwork, so compiling all the documentations, filling out the forms. It is tedious work. Okay, so definitely nothing I personally enjoy, but absolutely important. The most important part is definitely the part where we need to make sure that all the documentation are consistent with the information in the business plan and the financial forecast. Yeah, so you can't have an assumption in the business plan and then don't show the documentation to it. I just saw this morning one of our clients use our business plan. They applied on their own, and one of the big downfalls definitely was that there were some individual issues, but big downfall was that they had no supporting documents to the assumptions we have done together in the business plan. Yeah, and that's an application they've done on their own. That's why this is, again, you need to be detail orientated to be able to do that. Okay, so but now what do we want to talk this morning about? We want to talk about the Canvas business model. Yeah, maybe let me just recap. Last Monday, I was talking about how the artificial intelligence can help to draft a business plan. Let me tell you, I'm always on the lookout if there's anything what is easy to use. The ones I found were definitely, I needed to do all the writing in any case and compile all the information, and then the system made some sentence suggestions. They made not really sense in my eyes. So it was a little bit of frustrating on my side, because if I would be able to offer you something like this, do your business plan on your own for a small fee, and I definitely would share that with you. So what I could see is, and I also see what our clients where they have challenges with, okay, and that is really the business model itself is not strong enough and not clear for most of our clients. Okay, so let me just see. Here is Oscar, good morning. Patience, good morning. T.D. Marlow, good morning. Celeste, morning. Okay. Is there a minimum annual turnover you cater for per SMME? For us, it's not about the turnover, Celestine. It's about the investment amount. Because keep in mind, we are charging for our services. We are a private consulting firm. And I always say everything under 500,000 rand, our fees are not really justified. We have a little bit of an enterprise development program here where we also for smaller amounts offer business plan for 3,000 rand. This is where we really we put some of our extra time to it. Okay, so but that's fine for me. It's for smaller projects, definitely suitable. And everything is included. We don't say only it's a business plan. You know, I've seen that from some of my colleagues. They only do the business plan, but they don't have a financial forecast included. That makes absolutely no sense. Henny, good morning. Abe from Pretoria East. And Sipo from Pretoria. Lovely. Good morning, everybody. Okay, so now you know why we do this Canvas business model, and there's also another comment I just wanted to make for you is lots of people say, oh, we don't need business plans anymore. The Canvas model is good enough. It may be good enough for some investors and financiers, but let me tell you, all financiers definitely in South Africa, and also the financiers I am working with internationally want a proper business plan. A Canvas business model concentrates only on small little aspects, but there is not enough space to really go into depth and cover all the different aspects. So what I will do is I just opened here one of the business Canvas models, and I will just go through it with you so that you understand what needs to be in there, and then I go back to the Facebook page and we'll definitely be able to answer the questions. Okay, the first part is your key partners. What does key partners mean? Number one, it means of course your partners in your business, but key partners are also suppliers. Okay, who are your suppliers? In some business, having a consistent supply of raw material is critical. In some others, it's not. You know, you can go to, let's say you are a bed and breakfast, you know, and if your supplier says, oh, I will not deliver anymore, you can go to any of the shops, grocery shops around you, you know. So that some it's easy, in others it's the suppliers are really critical aspects. Okay, and the other key partners are of course your customers. Okay, so who are your customers? Do you have already some offtake agreements? That's what you need to be clear on. Yeah, that's about key partners. Maybe you have a special consultant, maybe you have a special team member, you know. So if you are wanting to do some manufacturing but you are not an operations manager and this manufacturing is a little bit more complex, yeah, then you need to have, this is also one of your key partners in your business. Okay, next part, key activities. So key activities are, of course, what product or service do you want to offer? And let me tell you, I've seen so many business plans where I read until the end and I still wasn't clear what people wanted to offer. It didn't happen too often, okay, please, but still, this is definitely one challenge, yeah? Let me just, I went back here, Tommy. I tried dropping questions for the AI to help me with, but the instructions I received were not helping me progress. Just feedback on last week's meeting. Tommy, I know. This can be, if you do, you know, if you don't know what you are doing, this can be really, really challenging. Yeah. I missed the AI. It's still recorded. No worries. What are the requirements for one to qualify for funding? Cheapo in general, it needs to be a fundable project at all. Most important parts are usually offtake agreements would be the best. Okay, with reputable businesses, and to have some sort of own contribution. But this is not something I can now answer in a minute. I have some videos about what are the requirements. Maybe you have a look at the old webinars. Sipo, good morning family. Yes, good morning. Tato, I find that the business model canvas provides clarity to the business regarding how they can provide value, organize that value, and extract the value by getting paid. But the overall business plan is still needed. Tato, exactly. Yeah, it gives lots of clarity specifically. And let me tell you, because we're doing so many business plans for clients, out of a sudden they are faced with questions they never ever asked. I'm sure you remember that I'm always saying starting a business and developing a business plan is like a big puzzle. You have an idea here, you have an idea here, you have an idea here. But now what we are doing also with this business model canvas, we are making sure that they fit together. Yeah, because you can't see only your staff or your equipment or your target market separate. You now need to see, okay, this is your target market, this is how much they are willing to pay for, this is the equipment we need to be able to satisfy this demand, and this is the staff. You see how everything fits now together. You can't have 60 staff and produce 1 unit a day. Yeah, that makes no sense. BMC. What is BMC? I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so Sipo, then I will have a look at it. Okay, so let's go on. So we talked about the key partners, key activities. What product or service do you even want to offer? Okay, now you need to talk about the key resources. Resources would be your skills and expertise. Resources would be the equipment. Resources can be access to market. Yeah? Under resources can be different aspects. If you don't understand how to read this canvas business model, then you are already challenged. Yeah, there are some out there. They ask some questions. Most of them just have a headline, and then you need to come up with what they want to hear there. Okay, value proposition is, of course, how do you add value to the market? Yeah, and what is the demand in the market? Again, there can be a couple of different aspects depending also on your industry, on your product. You know, it can be convenience if you want to have a shop in a underserviced area. It can be also, if there is an overserviced area, it can be that you want to offer bulk and to a reduced price. You know, so you always need to think what value are you adding to your potential customers. Okay, so then the next one, let's see. The next one is cost structure. Absolutely important. You have no idea how many people, have no idea how they calculate their costs. They think they first need to set up the manufacturing and then determine it after they manufacture it. That's a little bit of a risk, because if you want to do that and you figure then out, oops, my cost price is higher than the price I'm getting on the market, there's a problem. Yeah, so you need to know how to determine your cost price. Also how to determine, okay, how can you be competitive? Yeah, I always like to have a look at competitors. I always like to see how they are doing it. I do that in my personal capacity also for Funding Connection. Yeah, I'll just have a look not only here in South Africa but also internationally, English speaking, German speaking markets, just to get an idea how they are doing things. What are they good at? and just to get an idea about their cost structure. Our biggest expenses are, of course, number one, our marketing, and of course also our staff. These are the two biggest expenses we have here. So staff, you can't really save a lot, but marketing channels, you can always, I'm always trying different things out and seeing what is working, what's not working, because I know this is our biggest cost driver. Yeah. Okay. Business model canvas. That's what we're talking about at the moment. Okay. So now we talked about the key partners, key activities, key resources, the cost structure, of course the revenue streams. Okay, you need to be clear about what product or service you want to offer, and then you just can't say, yes, I want to sell building material, because now, okay, and then where do you get this building material from? How do you want to manufacture this? Do your own bricks, or do you want to buy in and then become a wholesale or retailer? And then what is your costing, and then what is your pricing? Okay, so, and then the revenue streams also, of course, it means now also for how much are you able to sell it. That of course also determines to whom you are able to sell. Yeah. So if you want to sell to as a wholesaler, then you need to be cheaper than the retailer. Otherwise, why should somebody buy from you? Yeah. So this is really the clarity on also your distribution channel, so you want to only be local, you want to be national, you want to be international, then you just need to also think about, what are the different price points? This is meant with revenue streams. Okay, so customer relationships. Who are your customers? How do you want to build relationships with them? Do you have already relationships with some of the customers? Yeah. So how can you build relationships? So online is definitely a great idea. So you go to LinkedIn, you find some buyers there. You can, but then have some Zoom meetings. Some people don't like Zoom meetings. They want to have somebody in front of them. But you see here, this portion makes clear, if you're an expert in your field, if you know the industry, you maybe know some buyers, yeah? And you know how to build relationships there. Okay, so then the channels is, of course, you want to do that online. You want them to be picking, you can't, so physical can't be online, but some digital products or services can definitely be online. Others need to be delivered, or they need to pick it up. I remember some brick business plans. We've done a couple of, I've done them, at that time. That's why I remember that, and that's why I'm always having a look at it when we now do a business brick or a manufacturing business plan. Because then sometimes people thought, so our clients will pick it up from our factory or plant, and then they compared the prices and then they compared the prices to others who delivered the bricks. And they thought, we are cheap. They forgot they are not cheap. They are expensive, because if I would have gone to somebody else and picked them up from that place, that would be definitely cheaper. Yeah, so you need to make sure that you compare apples to apples and bananas with bananas, and not, these are the delivered bricks and these are the pick up from our lot bricks. Yeah, so there must be different prices, and this just needs to be absolutely clear. Tommy, I see there are fewer likes than attendees. Okay, so he says, please like. Yes, please. Okay, and comment on it, because the more we comment and you comment on it, the more reach this video also will get, and it will be suggested to more people. Okay, Shlamuli, advise on your turnaround time for existing business plans assessment. 2 to 3 days is realistic. Okay, if you haven't received it, then just get in contact with my team. It comes from, I do the assessments personally, and what happens, because I'm sending out so many emails, sometimes my emails land in spam, but my team has all the assessments I have done on hand, and they can quickly send it to you. Tammy, we are talking about the business model canvas. That is the business model canvas. Yeah, the business model, the canvas business model has a look at your key partners, your key activities, your key resources, your value propositions, your customer relations, your channels, your cost structures, your revenue streams. Okay, and I covered all these 8. And the last one, number 9, is the customer segments. Yeah, this is the canvas business model. So, and then customer segments means that you may decide you want to have different customers. Okay, if you are starting, I personally always recommend to concentrate on one segment, because it makes it so much easier to do the marketing. Yeah. But let's assume you have a bed and breakfast. Okay, so you have different customer segments. You may have some customer segments, international clients. Okay, then you have a customer segment, local clients. You may market it on different platforms. You know, although Booking.com is nice here for this, because that's national and international, but we all know that, South Africans always are getting some preferential rates, so, and I've been in Cape Town, so there were always the option, you have a South African ID, you get a discount, if you go to is it called Cape Point, I think South Africans paid 100 Rand and international clients paid 400 Rand, so these would be customer segmentation, but you also can have a segment as a B&B for business to business. Maybe you are close to a big corporate who needs to have some accommodation for maybe their staff coming into the head office, or for some sales staff they need to come for training, or maybe for some international customers they want to visit the factory. Yeah, so this way you have already 3 different segments. And you need to be clear about it, because number 1 is the most important, different marketing strategies. Yeah, okay. And then the other question is if you have different prices. So I'm just, international is maybe the highest price. South Africans, they have the normal price, and if it is a business-to-business transaction and they are booking on a monthly basis, I don't know, for 10 nights a room, they are maybe getting some discount. Yeah, so this is why this is so important, and why you just need to make sure that you are absolutely clear about it. As soon as you have clarity about all these aspects and have this information, then drafting the business plan is a little bit more easier. Yeah, that's why I said this business model, this canvas business model, definitely can help you to get clarity. Let me just see if there are some questions. I tried, Tammy, to share that on online. Let me just see here. I can share this one I'm having here so that is a template. Okay, so you just can have a look at it. Okay, so Shlamuli, please suggest how can I get an offtake agreement for a petrol station? Okay, so for a petrol station, who would be your customers? Okay, so these are all the people they are just passing by. Okay, so that's difficult. Then you may have companies in your area, they will fill up their cars. So you would just need to have a look around who has a fleet of cars and with whom would you be able to get some agreements, and then you get the, what is this, the petrol cards, you know, so, and then in from your petrol station, and then they can get I don't know, every 2 weeks an invoice or once a month an invoice, you know. So this is something what you can do. Or you can also talk to transport companies, you know, so, or to the taxi drivers, you know, if somebody has a fleet of taxis, that would be also a way to think about it. You should, Shlamuli, just think about who is in your area, who would use your petrol station, and how can you approach them? You know, what can you offer them? You know, so if you say, hey, we can charge you once a week or every 2 weeks, or you say, when do you want us to send you the invoice? When can you pay? Because sometimes also the other company knows exactly about their cash flow and know on the 15th our cash flow is the highest. Maybe that is the easiest for them just to pay them. Yeah. Super maize meal production. Again, you need to think about who will buy from you. Who are your customers? Okay. So, and I don't know, super maize is either way, it's for feed, you know, then you need to have a look which farm is in your area, who wants to have your maize as feed, or if you want to package it for the supermarkets, you need to get offtake agreements from supermarkets or wholesalers, or you find somebody, I don't know, let me just, who else needs maize as an input, you know? So maybe somebody does out of the dried maize added to their, I don't know, are cornflakes made out of maize? I think so, huh? So maybe you need to find a factory who does cornflakes, yeah, and sell to them in bulk. So you see what I'm doing. I'm just thinking about, okay, who's using my product or your product in this case? What makes sense? So, and then just go around with open eyes, have a look at LinkedIn, Google something. Bing is a little bit of a frustrating portion for me, but Google is definitely what I personally find a little bit more helpful, and just find how to do that. Yeah. Who will use you? Okay, so I have no idea what you want. I think it's SIPO, business model canvas input, or some evaluation. Bruce, hello, good morning. Bruce is one of our new funding consultants. I will send out some information definitely later today, so that we were looking for some consultants all over South Africa. This is still top secret, not officially out here, but we're preparing everything in the background so that you have consultants in different areas of South Africa and you can sit together with them. If I have a template from a customer that I can't edit, that I can use a download to fill in all the required information. Tammy, sorry, I can't follow you. Okay. Tato, based on experience, I've also realized that businesses need help in understanding their customer segments and value proposition. I think this is where we fall short. Yes, like I said, so you have an idea about, oh, I do this, I do this, I do this, and lots of people think they just need to open shop and then everybody will come running. This is not the case. You need to clarify things, and it does not matter if you need funding or if you want to use your own money. The problem is, if you want to use your own money, is that people then lots of times think, oh, I figure that out on my way, and that you pay lots of fees, school fees for this usually, yeah? So putting the effort into it before you start, and having some headaches. I know that. It's not that I'm not aware of that you don't have headaches and you think, oh, how do I do this, and now there's another thing I need to think about it, and I will figure that out as I go along. In some cases you will not figure that out, and that's why so many businesses also fail, because that's what they think. And that's why we're also putting so much emphasis on it. If you are not experienced, then, so don't pay school fees later on and fail your business. Pay small fees up front and ask a proper consultant to really assist you, and get clarity on aspects. Derek, I can do these 1 hour things, but this definitely will then be paid versions, yeah? So if this is definitely a topic you're all keen on, it's not a problem. I can go through this and I set up a proper an hour or 1.5 hour online meeting, even if we charge, I don't know, 150 Rand or 200 Rand for this. That's not a problem. Thanks very much, Derek, for this idea. So maybe that's something what we will just do, yeah? And then I will also need to prepare a little bit more in detail, and say, okay, this needs to go there, this needs to go there, then you get an editable version, and then we can do this. This is not a problem, yeah? Okay, so I hope this definitely helped. Let me tell you one thing is, because we had this discussion before already, so, and that's why I thought what we can do here from Funding Connection is we offer you support to do a full business canvas model for you. Okay, so, and you have a meeting with one of my business plan consultant, and we only charge 500 Rand for this, yeah? It will give you the clarity, and this is something what I highly recommend. If you don't have clarity on all these aspects, it's really, really difficult, yeah? Okay, so let me just, I think we'll finish it here and just run to the phone and set it off. Okay, so I hope I was able, thanks very much, Derek. Maybe we'll just do this. I will plan in any case a couple of longer versions. Okay, so, and then we just can take it from there. So I hope this was helpful. Okay, I know I'm in half an hour I'm not able to answer all your questions, because it is complex. Starting your own business is a complex exercise, and lots of people are just forgetting that. Yeah, so we keep in mind it is like a big puzzle, and lots of times people know, oh yes, I want this equipment, I think I need this amount of staff, I have this location, and now they forget that it all needs to, so it's not these these two aspects need to fit. All aspects need to fit together. And that's the critical part of it. And that's also when we do business plans for our clients, we make sure these aspects fit together. You can't have 60 staff to produce 2 units a month. Yeah, you can't have 100 staff and in 100 square meters. So you see, we are stepping back and use some common sense and of course some expertise and experience, and just think, does this make sense? Yeah, you can't buy equipment to produce 100,000 units an hour if you are selling 100,000 units a month. Makes no sense. Why would you buy a big equipment like this? Yeah, so this is where we are there, where we can assist you, where we can help you. I sent you the link if you want our help with your Canvas business model. Okay, and if you need anything else from us, let me just fundingconnection.coza/contact is our website. Who's there? Kamal and Cherise are there on the other side, being able to assist you. And you also can, of course, use here our Funding Connection Facebook Messenger. Contact us there. Yeah, and then we can see how we can assist you. And if we can't assist you, we are straightforward with you, and we will tell you where to get the help you may need. Yeah, so we are not able to do now everything for you. We will definitely make sure there are some we are picky with who we are taking on to. Yeah, because we have a high success rate. I don't want to ruin this. In some cases our support does not make sense, and then we just recommend you to somebody else. My goal is for you come to us, you know what to do next. Yeah, okay, take good care, everybody. I'm wishing you an absolutely successful new week. Be in touch with us, and we are here for you to assist you and help you and guide you. Take good care. Bye.